that time alone does not heal any wound, but right action at right time can heal it. This is our fifth session in the academic lecture series SALVOS, and today we are privileged to have Dr. S. Suresh Kumar sir, Scientist D, Birbal Institute of Paleosciences, Lucknow, as our speaker. And now I invite Ms. Elizabeth George Mann, Head of Department of Botany, to welcome the gathering and also to introduce today's guest. Please, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. So it is with great pleasure that I am welcoming you all to the fifth lecture of the Salvos series of webinars conducted by the Department of Botany, Marthoma College, Chungatara. A good afternoon to you all. Hope you all are safe. Today we have amidst us Dr. S. Suresh Kumar Pillai sir to deliver today's lecture on Palaeobotany. Dr. S. Suresh Kumar Pillai is presently working as Scientist D in Birbal Sahni Institute of Paleosciences, Lucknow. He completed his master's degree from Utkal University, Odisha. He has his PhD degree on the study towards the knowledge of Glossopteris flora of India from the University of Lucknow. He basically works on Permian megafossils of Gondwana megaspores and Palynological studies. He is an expert paleobotanist specialized in various prominent river basins of India like the South River Gondwana Basin, Kashmir region, Rajmahal and Damodar basins, Satpura Gondwana Basin, Mahanadi Basin, and Godavari Basin. His team has developed a software on information system IGMIS for storage and retrieval of Indian Gondwana megaspores, which provides details of species recorded from Paleozoic and Mesozoic sediments of India. Presently, he is working on a project Flora of Rajmahal and Damodar Basin, India. Recent findings of the study conducted has concluded that there was a marine intrusion in to 80 million years ago in India. He has in his credit 41 papers published in high impact factor national and international journals. He has trained many postdoc students, PhD students, and MSc students, and is a renowned trainer who offers his expertise in training students of many international universities on paleobotanical techniques. He has taken part in many important conferences and symposium, and to name a few, Brazilian Congress of Paleobotany at Natal, Brazil in 2011, 19th ICCP at Germany in August 2019. He has also received and visited prestigious institutions like Institute of Geosciences in the Department of Paleobotany, São Paulo, University of Brazil. And on behalf of the organizing committee and all present here, I welcome you, sir, to this webinar. I welcome all the participants to this session. Thank you all for accepting our invitation and sparing your time for this session. I would like to take this opportunity to request you all to kindly mute the microphone and video while the lecture is being delivered so that sir can do his work without any flow. We welcome you, sir, to this session and to our webinar series.
Thank you
Off
so,
to you, sir.
thank you so much. Good afternoon to all of you. First of all, I would like to thank Principal Raina Thomas, co-coordinator Rajiv Thomas, and all the persons involved directly or indirectly, and Dr. Elizabeth George, Ajiz sir, Manjula madam, Anu madam. So I am thankful to all of you for inviting me for this lecture. And this lecture is a great privilege for me because thing is that I belong to Kerala, but my studies and everything I have carried out from Odisha, and my childhood I had spent in Odisha. My root is in Kerala although, but I was brought up in Odisha. So at present I don't have much people at Kerala, but still today it's a very honor for me that I am giving a lecture for Kerala people. Thank you so much, Ajay sir. So without wasting, let us go to the lecture. Right. In this lecture, basically I'll be dividing into three parts. First of all, I'll tell something about our institute. Okay. Second part will be the basics of paleobotany, and third part will be how, with the help of fossils, we are trying to resolve few scientific problems. These are three parts. Okay. So this is the beautiful institute, what is called Birbal Sahni Institute of Paleosciences. Basically, the institute name was Birbal Sahni Institute of Paleobotany. Okay, but some because the subjects, latest subjects came to our institute, and wide prospects of subjects was included in this one, like geochemistry and other things. The name was changed to Paleo Sciences some 5 years before. Uh, this is the place, the center of the institute, where the ash of Birbal Sahni has been kept. So, uh, second, about the institute, it was established in 1946, and then it was shifted to a other compound, and it was taken under DST in 1971. And basically, it was devoted on paleobotany and Earth system science. And this one, what you're seeing, is the foundation stone of the institute, and it consists of 77 numbers of fossils implanted on it. And this was founded by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. And earlier, if you see, the institute was in Lucknow University, and you can find a trunk. This is the tree trunk, Dantos Island. This was present in the Lucknow University when the institute was shifted to the new compound. It has still in the institute. You can see when I think recently some of the students and your staff had visited Bilbul Sahani, they might have seen this one. And just after the institute came into existence, immediately he died, Bilbul Sahani. Then it was overtaken by Savitri Sahani, madam. And there were great personalities like Indira Gandhi. She had visited Jawaharlal Nehru, uh, Lal Bahadur Shastri, many foreign visitors, and Bilbul Sahani and Jawaharlal Nehru, they were very close friends. And this is the present scenario of our institute. Dr. Vandana Prasad is the director in our institute at present. And our institute is expertise in all these things, what you're seeing about what and all studies we carry out. These are the studies we carry out, and these are the expertise what we are giving to the people from outside. And I think that your the colleagues, those who have visited our institute, they might have seen this museum. It's a wonderful, unique museum because this is the only institute in India where you can find the fossils from Precambrian. It's an age actually till latest Quaternary. All the fossils are present in our institute. In India, you won't find such good collection. And these are the new recent instrumentation that have been included in our institute. Because of this instrumentation, this name have been changed to Paleobotany to Paleosciences. So this is ICP-MES, and these are basically for study of age and the concentration of metal and non-metal. All this we are using this instrumentation. This is again for analysis of carbon, nitrogen, sulfur, hydrogen. We can find out. This is a very nice instrument, and this instrument I'm also using because each and everything is made up of organic compound. Okay, now this organic compound, they might have died and gone to the and they might have been included in the rock. So the composition of this organic compound will be there in the rock or as an organic matter. So with this instrument, we can find out what are the organic compound present, and based on that organic compound, we can determine the type of organism, maybe plant, what type of plant it was, the gymnosperm, it's a pteridophyte, what we can all find out with this. It's a very nice instrument, and I am using, and recently my paper have come because of this. And Dr. Ransi Paul Matthews, he is also from Kottayam, and he is working with me, and he's a student of IIT Bombay. So we both are working, and we using this one. We have produced good papers with this instrument, and this is for uh, dating. You know, dating means the age of the sediment can be determined by this instrument. Okay. Now, this is the just basic of our institute. Now, this is for the students, those who are listening today, those who want to take up the job as a scientist. So, how they should proceed, how they should think. That's why, because I think in this lecture we have got PG students, BSc students. So, if at all they are planning to take up the scientific temperament as a in their life, so how they should do. Uh, First is anything. First, you have to see the thing. If you're observing something, you should observe it very carefully. And that observation, what you're seeing, has to be recorded. Then, if you're when you're recording, you should find out whether it's a unique. Yes, if it is unique, you discovered something. And then up thing, you produce paper, you can write paper. And if you're not doing it, you try again and again with different concepts. Don't we should when you go on trying doing it, you'll surely get some other thing. So this is the same thing what I told you. This is about how the scientist should think. Now, this is you can see a lot of collage of fossils. Okay, it consists of fishes. This is stromatolites, tribolites. You can see this is amber. This I'll be telling later on also. And this is a trunk. All these are in the rock form. You don't think this is in the life form. Okay, and this is the you see cuticles. These are the cuticles which I have retrieved recently. Okay, so this is the organic compound I was telling, that also we have retrieved. These are stomata, SCM photograph stomata. These are hair-like structures in the leaf. So all these are there in the rock. Okay. Now the term come what is fossil. I think the BSc students they will be having in the syllabus also about the fossils. I have discussed with sir also. He told you have fossils as a one of the part of your study. So first of all, you should know what is fossil. Fossil is nothing but these are the remains of past. It's a layman's idea. Okay, what is fossil? Remains of past, and the meaning has come from for Latin word obtained by digging. Okay, now what is paleobotany? Paleobotany is a subject which is a common ground between botany and geology, and actually the concept this concept was the base of the institute, because in that paleobotany subject we had botany and we had geology. Still we have a lot of botany scientists in our institute. I myself was a botany student. Okay, now who are the founder of the paleontologists for paleobotany? Brongiard was the first person. He could find out the extinct plants that are found on the rock had some relation with the existing plant. So he could drew the how it has come up. That was the Charles Darwin's principle. He could retrieve from the fossils. So he was the considered the founder of the paleobotany. In contrast with the Indian paleobotany, if you see, Birbal Sahani was the person who had taken up this subject, and then he had carried out a work, and he's Birbal Sahani, and he is Brongyat. And then he had brought a revolution in India, and this subject was very much appreciated by people. Recently, some 2 months before, Professor Ashok Shahani was awarded as in the field of geology and vertebrate paleontology. He was a worker. He was working on dinosaurs. Okay, recently, some 2 months before, he got this award. And basically, when you tell paleobotany subject, many people ask me, you tell me, what does this subject give you? How it is beneficial for people? So the best thing you have to tell, first and most thing is, it gives what had happened some 280, 300 million years old. What has happened? That is peeking into the past. This we get through plant remains animal remains, we can make out what has happened in the past. Second thing is, but even each and every sediment, I mean to say rock layers, they are called sediments. They have an age that is called age of the sediment. Basically, what happens? The geologists, they give the age of the sediment based on the rocks sediment structure. That is called lithostratigraphic age. That is lithological stratigraphic age. But when it comes to us, we being a paleobotanist, we give the age of that same sediment based on the bioentities. That is called biostratigraphic age. So these two always run parallel to each other. So that is second benefit. We can give the age of the sediment. We can also, this continental drift you might have read in geography and all in school days. This concept of continental drift has happened. This geologist people they talk about, but we give based on the bioentities. I'll be showing you that basically how the continental drift has taken place. And I'll be showing you very soon. Secondly, hydrocarbon exploration means the hydrocarbon, everything is made of the organic substances that has gone into the rock. So quite natural, based on the organic compound that is there in the sediments, the petroleum product and coal has come up. So mostly these ONGC people and GSI people, they come to us to find out if at all the petroleum product is there or not. So we test the sample and we can say, yes, so and so bioentities are there. So quite naturally, there may be a chance of petroleum. So this idea we give. Thirdly, the last is paleoclimate, means past climate, how it has happened. So you may be as a botanist, dendrochronology study. That is based on the tree rings. You can determine what has happened in past times. So that is called dendrochronology study. I can actually basically I am working on Permian age. So I can draw the paleoclimate of 250 to 300 million years ago. What climate was that? Based on the flora and its size, flora size, then its cuticle and its bioentities, we can determine the paleoclimate of so past 280 million years. So these are the scope of paleobotanical research. Now, a small example again, I'll tell you how people try to resolve the problems. You, being a botany students, you might be knowing Ipomia batatas belongs to Convolvulaceae family, and it is also called as morning glory family. Okay. Now, this was in debate for a long time recently because the people they consider that its origin is North America. Okay, that is considered to be actually when continental drift, if you remember, uh, northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere. We belong to India, belong to southern hemisphere. Before and all, they considered that this Ipomea betata has origin of northern hemisphere, right? But based on the fossils, what they have got, their fossil was 43 to 33 million years old. But recently, our Birbal Institute, they have declared they have the fossil much older than that. That is 58.7 to 55.8 million years old. So now what happened? People they say no, it is not of northern hemisphere. This particular Ipomea batatas, it is of southern hemisphere, and the fossil was recovered from East Garo Hills, Meghalaya. That is the oldest fossil of Ipomea batatas we got. So this is how we carry on. Similarly, one small example I want, just small example I'll tell you. Uh, People they say Mangifera indica, that is Indian origin, right? Similarly, eucalyptus plant. Australian people they consider that plant belongs to Australia, but the fossils what we have in BSIP is much older than their fossil. But still the debate is on. So till now the conclusion didn't come. We never know where it will be proceeded. Uh, then now since many of you are botany student, let us give a few idea about what is how geological concept. What is geology? Geo means earth, and logy the study. Study of earth is called geology. It is concerned with solid earth. Okay. Uh, and why to study geology? Because how the earthquake take place, volcanoes, what is coming up. These all are the study of geology, and important minerals what we are getting. All these minerals are because of geological concept, and it helps to understand the water cycle, global change, rise level of sea level, to understand the relationship with the planet. Some people about the moon, people they study, they are geological study, geological time scale. All this is a study of geology. Now, there are three type of rock. Okay, geology means rock. So there are three type of rocks: metamorphic, igneous, sedimentary. These two are formed because of high heat. This is from magma, and this is from minerals what is formed. Now, but in these two, we don't get any fossil. The fossil is only obtained in the sedimentary rock. Okay, so this is of our use. And this is the geological time scale produced. You see, this is the time when the origin of Earth started, and this is the life. This is the oldest Earth has started. This is how it goes on. Okay, and this one, and this one, and here here recent is this one. This is the geological time scale, and this is a concept we are going to correlate the geological time scale and this one. So just you should listen very carefully about this, how we are going to correlate this two. Okay. Now let us see in this geological time, this yellow starts from here. Okay. So this is a time when the earth came into existence. Okay. Now the earth came up, but at that time there was no life, nothing. And slowly it came here. And here the time when stromatolites, okay, bacteria and all they came, and slowly time changed. Then this is the data. This is in million years. Okay, the same thing what I'm telling you, this is in million years, and this is in 24 hours. We are trying to correlate million years and 24 hours. Origin of earth with 24 hours we are correlating. So here it comes, and by the time when we come here, you get eukaryotes, then sorry, prokaryotes, then coming eukaryotes, and slowly by the time it comes here, just blue ends, the time has passed is 23 hours, 59 minutes, and 25 seconds. Just make it mind. The time has passed is 23 hours, 59 minutes, and 25 seconds have passed when the blue comes to this point. But think for going to 24 hours, how much time is left? Only 35 seconds. I mean to say that time is, this is the time when we people, human being, came into existence. I mean to say we are 35 seconds of 24 hours on the earth. This is the correlation actually I want to show you. We are just 35 seconds of 24 hours on this earth. We are a very small part, right? And during this time, there were five mass extinction took place. You know what is mass extinction? In Hindi, they say Kayamat. Kayamat means complete flora was extinct and new flora came. Still, some people they say now also there is a chance of extinction. We don't deny. We never deny that it may happen. Okay. Now this sort of extinction had taken place. It's scientifically proved because dinosaurs is not there, Glossopteris is not there. These all have happened because of extinction. So these are the five mass extinction that took place, and the worst mass extinction among this was Permian Triassic, end of Permian. This was the worst mass extinction that has ever the Earth had. And actually, I'll be showing a paper on this. I had worked on this, and I'll be showing how it happened. It's a very good, interesting fact. I'll be showing you very soon. Okay, so this is about what has happened on the Earth. Now, how the Big Bang theory, Earth has come out. It was very red hot ball. It was, and now see the scenario. But this what change has taken. What and all events took place that we don't know. We know the present scenario, but what and all event in between that took place, that we are studying in the Palaeobotany. this is the fossils. This is a stromatolite. This is the oldest fossils what we have on the earth. Stromatolites. Okay. Today we are sustaining on this earth because of this small stromatolites, right? Like this is the cause of the origin of human being. I mean to say all the organism. And today this coronavirus is dangerous for human, isn't it? So the small organism are very important. So this particular organism, stromatolite that came, it's a type of bacteria, and this could sustain on the water, high temperatures, sulfur, all this they could survive, and they only produced a very good environment in the atmosphere so that the other organism came into existence. These are the fossils of stromatolite. Hello, I'm audible to everyone. Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So I can carry on. Okay. So this is the fossil what you are seeing, right? Then after that, you see when this bacteria came, slowly the algae came into existence, fungus, protozoans, plants, and animals. This all because of the rich oxygen that came into the atmosphere. So the causative agent is stromatolites, and this is how it changed. How we can know this? The oxygen was the responsible for all this. We have the clue of iron oxidation that took place during that time. Okay, so we have evidence of oxidation event, and snowball events means organic compounds they came to the seawater. From that, because of the high reach of organic compound, many organisms they could come up. And this is the, yeah, I think botany people, you might have seen this diagram. This recently given 1990. It has been given the tree, bacteria, archaea, and eukaryotes that came, animal, plants, and all they came. Third, after this, the main reason why the diversification of organism that took place because of the mitochondria, that is energy producing. Since with the use of oxygen, the energy were produced, and then this diversion of all the organism that came into existence. These are the animals that came first, 580 to 541 million years old. These are the animals that came, and then I think this is there in your syllabus. I think so. Rhinia. Rhinia is very important. Why? This rhinia could sustain harsh environment. Means hot spring. They can sustain that. The sulfur presence. They can sustain that, and then they could grow. And this is the reconstruction of rhinia. This is the fossils of rhinia. Okay. Now, this is about something about rhizome which you will be studying. It's a vegetative propagation that take place. They can go ahead and they can spore, homosporous they are. And this is the classification of rhinia. Okay. And this name rhinia came because of the place from where they have been discovered by Kingson and Lang. And this is of Middle Devonian age. Okay. So then this is very interesting. This is the first land plant, right? Means we say life has started from water, then it started moving towards the land, and this is the best example. That is the transition stage from water and to land, and this is of Silurian age. These are the age, how old it is, and this is around 433 to 393 million years old. And the land, it came to the land, and the characteristic is they have non-vascular bryophyte and vascular plant. It is a transition between them. Okay. And this is the fossils of Cooksonia. This generally it is asked in exams and all. The first land plant, it's a question. This is the reconstruction of Cooksonia. These are the SCM photographs of the spores of Cooksonia. And I think this is also there in your syllabus. This is calamities. I'm telling you, recently my research work is on Damodar Basin, an area called Rajhara is there. I have got a beautiful fossil of calamities, and till now no one has described. And I am at present working on that. I am trying to describe that one, and it's a beautiful one. And calamities is generally found in the near to the seashore, around 20 meters in height. They are also known as the horsetail. Horsetail. This sort of. striations are there. So this is calamities. Okay, this is the classification. They are about 360 to 250 million years old. Okay, and Williamsonia, it's a very important fossil for BSIB because Bilbulsani was the person who has described this one, and he got a good fame in the world. And his guru is Shivard. He also described him also, and Dr. Gupta has described in Bilbulsani's name. Williamsonia instead of Sarvadena was the first, and Sahanai. Okay, and this fossil generally, this plant, they never come up in group. Okay, they are very stud this plant, and they are on the land only, and they are 140 million years old, and this is the classification of that. And these particular fossils are described in worldwide from India and all these places, right? Uh, and just I was before when starting this lecture, I told you about continental movement. So this about this concept was given by Alfred Wenger about the continental movement in 1912, but it was not accepted by the people till 1950s when he died. Then after that he was given the recognition, and I think you all know about this continental drift. I think first big continent was there known as Pangaea, right? This Pangaea is one continent. Then what happened? A Tethys Sea, one Tethys Sea came in, and that divided Laurasia, that is northern hemisphere, and southern hemisphere was called as Gondwana. And we, India is here. We are here. We are coming in this Gondwana, and then slowly all the continental that move. So if later on, I'll show you. This is the how still the suture zone means big zones are there. I'll show you one video, a nice video of it, how the movement has taken place. Okay, this is a beautiful video. So the if you see, this is the present scenario of India. Okay, now but some few million years ago they were like this. India is here, Africa was very close to India, Antarctica was here, Australia was here, and then slowly everything is being changed. This is the in million years is here, and here's the time scale is given here, right? And then you see India, it started leaving from the Gondwana continent. India started moving away, and it is the only continent that traveled the maximum among all the continent. If you see, so slowly it started moving, and see here Australia is going to this side. The continent that didn't move much was Africa, that didn't move much. Antarctica that came down, and you see from here India is moving. See, all the way it's traveling, and this is your northern hemisphere, this northern hemisphere part, and now it will hit. This is Asian plate. This is the Asian plate, and now it has hit. The time is this one. You see, time is here, and this is the A. And now when it has hit, you see the direction of the Indian plate, like this. It is. You see, this is the direction. But now when it is hitting, this will start move to this side. This is actually a physical phenomena, means impact that has done on this part, and slowly from this direction India is moving to this direction, and this movement is still on. This movement is still on. Sound. So now this is the present today's scenario. Now recent there was a talk, since the impact is still on, this impact is still on, that some scientists they suggest that a time will come A time will come, this continent will move this side. It will take a lot of time. And they say the Ganga will come and directly be moved towards the Indian Ocean. This is the concept given by one of the scientists. Okay, this is the continental drift that I had shown you before also. This continent, same thing I showed in a video actually, right? The same thing. And these are the weak zones where all this activity. See, this is a weak zone in India. If you see here, only this earthquake and other thing they come. This is the weak zone, right? And this that is actually the scenario of Earth's movement. I'll be concentrating on Gondwana when time when the Gondwana continents were together. About that time, what the flora was. That is my study actually. It is around 300 to 250 million years old. Okay, this is the South America, Africa, India, Antarctica, Australia. They were together. So the flora quite natural. They were same. If at all the flora at that time was same, the quite natural these continents were together. This is the one evidence what we give that these continents were together. That's why the flora is also the same. And this is how the now coming to the fossils, how the fossils are formed. Okay, this and all I already told you. Yes, it is written in Hindi. It's a very good thing what is written means the rock has a uh, demerit that it doesn't melt. Okay, it doesn't melt, but it has a merit that it never changes because whatever fossils are being preserved, that will never change. That is the specialty of a rock. So a tree that has fallen into the water, when the water flows, it carries minerals along it. Okay, so the plant is made up of cell. That quite natural when the minerals they go on hitting the plant, this is minerals like silica and other minerals, slowly they change them into rocks, right? So this is how the fossils are formed. This is called petrified food. Second way, suppose let us consider dinosaurs that died, right? Now it is fallen. It's all the organic compound they got rotten, flesh and other things they got rotten, and slowly water went into and their sediments also they had gone upon it. When the sediment has gone upon it, the bone and all they turned into fossil. Later on, scientists they come, they get the fossils of it. This is how the fossils are generally formed. Now, what are the type of fossil? I think that is there in your syllabus also, BSc students. So just when you see, studying a thing is different. You have a different picture in your mind. When you see a thing, you have a different picture in your mind. So first is impression. Okay, impression is the fossil where you won't find any organic compound in this. You see, do you find any organic compound? Black, nothing is there. It's just a representation of mark. And how it is formed? Suppose a leaf falls on a sediment, and if oxygen penetrates, it decomposes the organic compound, and what is left is only the marks of the leaf. That is called impression. Similarly, a leaf is fallen, and then the plant doesn't, the oxygen doesn't penetrate inside it. The quite natural, the organic compound remains intact as such. It won't get spoiled. So what happened? You can find out that you can find black mark. If you take out the cuticle from this, you can find the same stomata and other entities in this. You can retrieve the cuticle. This is called compression. Then comes petrification. I just told you before, a wooden plant that have fallen and the cells are replaced by silica. Then they take the shape of a plant. That is called petrified wood. Then trace element. Trace element means suppose a dinosaurus is walking, right? It leaves a mark. Similarly, a small organism that moves in the river bed, it moves. It shows that there was some organism, and that will be preserved as such. This is called trace element. And then this is called. These are also coming under. These are coprolites of dinosaurs. They are also coming under trace element. And this is cast and mold. It's just like in the ice tray kept in the fridge. This is cast. This is mold. These are all type of fossils. This is amber. It is considered the best fossil. Reason being, the animal, they get trapped in a amber. Amber is nothing but the exude of a plant. When the exude takes place, suppose some flies come and get trapped inside it, and the plants goes on exuding that there's some particle, they get trapped inside it. And since it doesn't get any compression, or the fossil, the organism doesn't have any injury or nothing, it will remain as such. People try to take out the DNA of that fossil. I think the film of dinosaurs, that has this concept was taken into account. Okay, means they have taken the DNA from the amber of dinosaurs. And third is pseudo false. Pseudo means false. This gives the impression of a plant, but it is not a fossil. Now, how can you tell this is not a fossil? Reason being, if you scrap the these fossils, okay, you scrap it, you won't find any organic compound in this. You'll find inorganic compound, inorganic compound. So it is not a organic compound. It's a fossil. So you don't consider it a fossil. That's why it's called a pseudo fossil. And from where we get fossil? We get from underground mining. You might be knowing, but I think so. I don't think so. In Kerala, any mining is there, but in northern part in Bihar, MP, Odisha, and all this place, they have got mining, underground mining. This open cast mining. You see, there's a vehicle over here. It's a big area they dug. After digging, they get the coal. Right. This is the second way. Suppose for making the road, they cut the section, means I mean to say they cut the road hills, and then the sediments get exposed over here. Similarly, when the river moves, it is called meandering of river. That is like a snake, it moves, meandering of river. When it moves for water, it cuts off the sediment, and the fossils are exposed. Similarly, in the rock hills, sometimes the fossils are exposed. These are the how we get the fossil. Now, this is about, I'll be sticking my talk in Gondwana. The term Gondwana, how it came. The term Gondwana is an Indian term because in the MP, there is a tribe called Gond. Gond tribe. Still, it is prevailing over there, those people. And based on this, they are considered the oldest human race. So they are, this is the why they have Zeus has given the name Gondwana, because of the oldest Indian tribe. And since during that time, the most important is that during Gondwana time, the coal formation had taken place, right? So how the coal is formed? A good forest was there around 250 to 300 million years old. They went down, and then above that sediments came. Because of heat and pressure, they turned, they charred, and they formed the coal. This is today. Okay, this is how the coal is formed. Now, this is just already I have told about the age Permian to Carboniferous to Cretaceous is the age from which we can call Gondwana, right? During that time, flora was very predominant. That is, Glossopteris flora was very much predominant, right? And these are the continents they were together, and the flora was there, and all the plants they were freshwater. This Glossopteris flora, they were all freshwater plants. And Glossopteris flora, what and all they include? They include Gangopteris, Palaeobotany, Raptorina. These all plants are coming under Glossopteris flora. They all have different feature. Based on this, only we actually give the name to the different leaf. And now this Gondwana, based on this is the lithological concept, means geological concept here, and this is the botanical concept, right? Gondwana is divided into upper, middle, and lower Gondwana. My study is on this age, okay, lower Gondwana. This is middle Gondwana. It's of Triassic age, and the flora was Dichroidium. This flora, I meant to say, sorry, this flora you won't find here, and this flora you won't find here. I told you there was a Permian Triassic problem, extinction. So this flora got extinct here, and a new flora came up. Tilophyllum is the much younger. This is the oldest. This is the youngest. My talk will be sticking to this only. Okay, I am working on this. Now, Just remember here, you see, this is Talchir Formation, Kararbari, Parakar, Barren Measure, Raniganj, Kamti. I'll be discussing on this only. Very fast I'll move, right? Now, this is the place where and all we can find Gondwana patches. You see, blue ones are the Gondwana sediments we can find. And in India, if you see, these are the place from where we can find fossils of Gondwana, Permian, right? And my work is from this area, Damodar, this. And how was the scenario at that time? I mean to say, first it was red hot bath, then slowly water came, then ice fall took place. At time of Talchir formation during the Permian age, a lot of ice was there, and you can see very few plants came up. Okay, and you, when giving, when you're seeing this picture, you should keep in your mind how the flora changes from each and every sediment. These are the sediments. Talchir is a sediment, youngest, this is the oldest sediment, I mean to say. Okay, then this is the graph you see. In this, Gangopteris flora are most. Glossopteris was less, and these all was less. And when you have this sort of gap, you can say you are in the Talchir formation, right? Where Gangopteris was maximum and Glossopteris were less. And see, number of plants were also so much less because it was ice. Second, slowly the ice melted, water came, and vegetation came up very nicely. You see how nicely the vegetation came up. And here you see, again, when the vegetation came, the number of plant also increased. And Glossopteris leaves were also as up to the mark. But although Gangopteris was maximum, Glossopteris were a bit less than that. Then Parakar. In India, most of the coal what you are getting, most of the coal what you are getting is from Barakar age. See the forest what you have. Much more than that of Karharbari. And you see the flora, so much flora you have, plenty of. And what happened? The gang of dress came down, the glossopteris bloomed like anything, right? But thing is that why it is called glossopteris flora? Because starting from our Talchir formation till the last end of this Permian, you find this glossopteris flora dominating. Okay. Then suddenly a time came called barren measure, where it was not humid, it was very dry. You see, very dry condition. Here again the flora was very less. Glossopteris was maximum, but the flora you see again came down like anything because it's a dry age. Then suddenly again the environment changed, and then the maximum flora what you're finding is in from the Kamti or Raniganj formation. It is equivalent to Raniganj, and here you can find the maximum flora. That's why it is called. If the coal is from Raniganj formation, it is the best coal. Okay, so here again Glossopteris is maximum, right? So now this is about I have given a picture about the flora. I have given a picture of the what type of climate was there at that time. That you should just a glimpse I had given you. Then we can never find a fossil intact. One tree, one leaf is there, and one seed is there, one fruit is there. You don't get like this condition a plant. We generally find in dispersed condition. Okay, somewhere we find the axis, somewhere we find the seed, somewhere we find the leaf, somewhere we find the fruitification. So what the do scientists, they try to describe separately. Okay, then they try to reconstruct. Maybe the plant is like this. Maybe the plant is like this. This is called reconstruction of a Glossopteris plant. Did you get the idea? And if the plant is there, pollen grains are there. So you get this is the male pollen myospores. It is called myospore, and this is called megaspore. This is female. So this is also there in the rock. All these are retrieved by a process called maceration technique. Is there? These are these pollen grains, beautiful what you are seeing now. They are retrieved from the rocks by certain chemical treatments. We do it in our office, and then we retrieve this pollen grain. Based on this pollen grains, we give the age of the sediment. Now, for the students, those are listening, where and all we can find this subject will be useful for geology student as well as botany student also. I think in this case of Dhanbad and other places, botany student won't be that much applicable, but in our BSIP, I think so, ONGC and Wadia institutes and all, botany students can go ahead. And in our office also, for PG students, we have a summer course. Okay, a summer course, you mean to say they can come for dissertation work. Uh, um, uh, you go to our Bilbulsan Institute site. They have 2 months program. The students can apply. I think a nominal fee of 2,500 has to be submitted, and the students can work under a scientist and they can learn. So a lot of things. Thank you. This is a first. This is the second part I have done about the fossils. I have told you. Now, within 10 minutes, I will wind up a two case study. I'll show you how, with the help of this fossil, we will be resolving some problems that we will be showing you. This is the first case study. Okay. Now, these are the fossils what we are having, and these are the pollen grains. Okay. Now, with the study of the fossil, how we carry on. Now, this is the problem what I had got actually. This is a South Riva, one place is there. There since 1931, the scientists have described this Pali formation, right? At different age. You see, it is in the lower Triassic. Here it is in the upper Triassic. Somewhere they are describing here. So the lithostratigraphical age of this Pali by different scientists were given in different way. Now, it was a big controversy in this paleobotanical world, and this topic had been taken up by our group. Okay, so what I had done, we have gone to the area where these fossils were being retrieved. It is in South Riva. Okay, we have drawn the diagram of that particular area, and then this is the diagrammatic representation, and this star is the place from where we have retrieved the fossil. The two area we have taken up, okay, for this fossil, Pali formation fossils. Then we have to study. I told you now. First, you see the problem, then you think of it, and see the past, what and all work have been carried out. So we have studied what and all work have been carried out in the past on this particular Pali formation, and that was geological concept study. This is mega fossil study. What has people have carried out. Similarly, palynological. Palynology means paleonomorphs, myospores. That study, what and all people have carried out before my study, I have carried out. All this was taken into account, and then we had drawn the lithological section, because when you take a particular section, we are taking a fossil, we have to show that this is the section from where we have retrieved the fossil. Above that, there were this fossilised zone was shale. Okay, greenish shale it was, from where we got the fossil. Just above that, we got fine grained sandstone was there. Then coarse grained sandstone. So this is called litholog of that area. We found out, and then drawn, and then we, and previous what and all people have divided lithostratigraphic age that we have studied, and some people have divided Pali into three forms: lower, middle, upper. So big controversy was going on. Then this is the sample from where we have collected. This is our group, those who are working here. Okay, this is the fossilous forest zone near to the railway track. One site. This is the first site, and similarly, this is a road section. Even I tell you, all the she is around at the time when we have collected, she was around 55 to 56 years old. She was my senior, and she used to climb all the way. They're very much hardworking people. So we have collected the fossil from this part, and then this is a material method what we have done. First is field description. Then mostly what we got was impression. You know what is impression? Then the structure was studied. Total 18 species were taken up for study, and then we have measured, photographed. Maceration was done for retrieving the paleonomorphs, and these are the fossil what we have had. This is a pteridophyte, Neomyriapteris. This is a pteridophyte. These are all Glossopteris leaf. These are all, I'm moving it fast. Just have a look. See, just we are getting a leaf-like structure. All this is a rock form. These are all leaf form of rock. See, these are all fossil what we have got, and these are the seeds what we have got. Did you get you are able to see all the seeds? And these are the paleomorphs what we are on. Now, this paleomorphs what you see, there are few paleomorphs this by which we can find out the exact age of the sediment. If you are having these two, Stridopodocarpites, Faunipollinitis, if these two are dominant, then you are in the upper Permian, I mean to say Raniganj formation, right? So these are the, see, these Stridopodocarpites. This is your Faunipollinitis. Again, 8 number is Fauni, here you are having the Stridopodocarpity. So if you see the data chart we generally prepare, and we found that these two, Faunipollinitis and Stridopodocarpitis, they were dominating in this perinomos. With this study, we could give the age them to be uh, upper Permian, that is Raniganj formation. So with the help of glossoptery study, megafossil study, seeds, and this palynological study, all this gave us that based on the this study, we gave the biostratigraphic age. Okay. Now what we have done that also we have tried to correlate the fossils what we have got and different formation or upper Permian formations there. They were very much matching, and then these are the conclusion what we had drawn, that this belonged to Raniganj age. Now the problem has been solved. How it was solved? These are the problem. You see how it's moving? Upper, upper, upper. They have two parts. Some people three parts. And now we in 2018, we consider it as a Raniganj, equivalent to Raniganj. Pali formation is equivalent to Raniganj. So you're not supposed to put it in this ages. Okay. So this paper was come up in Journal of Paleontological Society of India. It's an impact factor journal. This is how one problem we have solved. Okay. Now the second was I had told about Permian Triassic mass extinction, right? This is a very unique event that has taken place, right? So this is the thing I am showing you. This is the Permian age, this end of Permian, and this is Triassic. If you see the picture, you could find some difference. Here you see a lot of plants were there during Permian, loss of trace flora. Coal was formed. So volcanic eruption didn't take place. It was not that active. The organic compound present in West was really less. But at the end of Permian, suddenly volcanic activity took place, methane gas produced, acid rainfall took place, organic compound decreased. So a lot of unwanted event took place. And the whole flora was spoiled, destroyed, extinction. This is also known as great dying. And then what happened? A new flora came into existence. That is called Permian mass extinction. These are the 5 mass extinction that has taken place. And the loss, if you see, Permian Triassic is the maximum. See, 96, 80% of genera, 70% of land species, 96% of marine species. But if you compare all this is the worst event that has taken place around 251 million years old. Okay. Now, this is the sediment. If you see, this is the sediment that is being exposed. When the coal people they try to take out the sediments, they get exposed. And this is the Permian mass boundary. From here it is Triassic, from here it is Permian. And the flora here is different, and flora here it is different. This flora you won't find here. This flora you won't find here. So this is the boundary of Permian Triassic. Okay. And this is the lithological age point of view. And these are the important organisms that were completely disappeared during this Permian Triassic event. Okay, Foraminifera, they are considered as a index fossil that also got extinct, and many of these are the organism that has got extinct. And I'm working on glossopteris. My flora was also extinct. It got vanished during this time, right? And no. The thing is that why? What are the reasons? What are the scientific uh, debate that give the reasons for this extinction? Okay, these are the reasons given by different scientists with different aspects. First is some people consider that oceanic salinity, the salinity was increased in the ocean. That may be the reason. He has given his own thoughts. See, that paper was given by the scientist. Some people considered the increase in temperature. That may be the reason of this extinction. Recently, one scientist they have given the presence of this methanosarcina. Methanosarcina is a bacteria. That was the reason, because organic compound that went to the sea, and quite when the organic compounds that were there, the bacteria became active. They started producing methane. That may be the reason the anaerobic condition or bad condition. Some people consider that cosmic radiation. Some people consider the sea level changes. So all the scientists they give different facts about this Permian Triassic mass extinction. And this was the study what we have also see here during Permian they had cartilaginous fishes. Then in Triassic we got bony fishes. This is a mass extinction boundary. Okay. Now this study was taken by our group. It is Permian Triassic mass extinction. We went to Kashmir. It's a very good site. You know, if you compare the Permian Triassic boundary, the best site is in India is in Kashmir. In world also you can say, but still it is considered that China they have the best one. They consider, since it is very bad to approach in Kashmir of the political issue. Getting the sample is also a big problem for us. So, but we had been to there when the scene was very nice, and the political scenario was nice. So, this is the hillock from where the samples were collected, right? Now, from here till here, it is called Permian, and here to here, it is called Triassic. And this name, what is given, is the local name given by the geologist of Kashmir. Okay, Z1 is equal to Permian, and this is Triassic. So when we went to this place, our team, we had to collect the megafossils. And to be very frank, we didn't get a single megafossil from the sample from this hillock. Reason being, the most disturbed area is Kashmir hillock. Very much disturbed because a lot of tectonic movement takes place. No? So it is spoiled generally. And whatever you get also is not that good ones. So this is the area from where we have made the diagram. Gurial ravine is here from where the sample is collected. And now this one. So we didn't get any megafossil. So that senior madam told me, Suresh, let us, we have taken this project and we are not getting any megafossil. Quite natural. We have to wind up this project. Reason being, we are not getting any megafossils. I told madams, we have come so far. So only what we can do, let us take few samples from here and let us go to the lab and we'll think of it. So what we had done, I and our group, we had taken the samples in close proximity, samples from that hillock, right? From Permian till Triassic, right? So when we had taken, we found this is the time when these fossils, then we had done the maceration. We had done the maceration. In maceration, this is Triassic. You see, this is Triassic Pelnomos. This is your Permian form. So this Permian myospores were not found here. This was not found here. And you see, all these myospores are so black in condition because they got spoiled that area because of heavy tectonic movements. Then you didn't get a lot of organic compound and other degraded items. Reason, you know why? Because quite natural, the Permian, the end of a Permian, all this got spoiled, right? So these were the things that were remains after the degradation. And these fungal spores, tracheids, elites, these are also considered to be during the Permian Triassic event. These were very active that we have got in the maceration because fungal spore will come out because of death of the organism. Okay, now we got what and all we conclusion we got. We got the conclusion. Uh, this was taken up for the first time in India. Okay, and the center we got a mixed flora and this one. This particular organism was considered as a disaster species that we have got. And with this, we got a conclusion that the Permian Triassic event took place, and we gave based on the palynology. Based on the palynological study, first time we had proved the Permian Triassic event. And this came in Earth Science Review. It's a very reputed and high impact factor. journal. Okay, and now this one paper recently, some few months back, it came in International Coal Geology. I told you before that Ransi Paul Matthews, he's from IIT Bombay. He and me, we have worked together, and we found that this, if you see this Indian map, the around 280 million years ago, there was an intrusion of marine, and that marine intrusion took place to here. That's the Amazon near to Bihar, one area, and the intrusion took place from this place. So there were three parts from where the marine intrusion took place, and this event was an event which was uh, taken up by many scientists, but they didn't get the proper conclusion. But we had concluded it. We got the evidences based on the organic study and inorganic study that the marine inclusion took place. And in this particular paper, my contribution was I calculated the PCO2, percentage of carbon dioxide, in 280 million years old Glossopteris. You can see beautiful Glossopteris cuticle having stomata. This is of 280 million years old. This I have retrieved and then I have studied. And then on based, this was based on the stomatal index. This is the stomatal index study what I had carried out, right? Based on that, I had given the PCO2 level, and our other group member, they had given the marine incursion. So it was having a multi-proxy approach, paleo environmental reconstruction study of that particular Lalmatia Rajmahal Basin. This was first time conducted in India, especially this is the first time in India we had tried to calculate the PCO2 of 280 million years. Only in Brazil, one person had carried out, and this was the first time in India I had carried out, and my colleagues, they have carried out for the first time based on the inorganic and organic study how they could find the presence of marine in 280 million years ago. So this is all about my study too, way how we are trying to prove the particular subject, and these are the things that with this study, I'm very thankful that with this study I could go around the world. Okay, this is the Argentina I had gone. This is Germany. This is Brazil, and this is Kashmir, and this is our that senior madam. And see, people are preparing. In this is that Argentina. They are preparing chapati over there. They also eat chapati on a flame. They are keeping and they are preparing. And we are working in this Kashmir, and this you are seeing a big snake snakes what do you say layer, they just skin is shed, no, that skin shed, that is there, it's a big so we face a lot of problem in this sort of collection. Also we come across a lot of problem, like the area from where I have described the previous one of this paper. This area is a very dangerous area, moist area. So for collecting this sample at all, we face a lot of problem when you go. Even if I had my group, myself and Nancy, we had to face a problem. We had to take up army people when you go inside the jungle, and life is at risk, surely. And especially if you see this one also, this Kashmir area. So we used to take, this is a local person over there. We used to hire them to help us because it's very politically very dangerous area. And thank you so much and for bringing me all this and all. I really grateful to all my colleagues, and above all my mother. She's uh, still in Bhubaneswar having a lot of problems, and I think today she is watching this webinar, and I'm very thankful to her also, and really I miss her, and tomorrow I'm leaving to her for this Onam. So happy Onam to all of you. Enjoy yourself. Thank you so much. So that this is the one way I can show my mother also the work I have done. So this is the first time I'm showing my mother my work, and that media is Kerala. Okay, I am in Lucknow. My mother is in Odisha. I am speaking to Kerala people. My mother is watching from Odisha. So really, it's a good platform for me. I'm thankful to you, sir, all of you. Thank you so much.
Valuable information. And now this is time for discussion, and participants can ask their doubts directly, or you can
Yes,
type
yes, yes.
your queries in the chat box. Sir, I think one question, one doubt is asked.
Just a minute, madam. The
Sir,
volume is less. Yes.
sir,
Yes, please.
one Mr. Krishnaraj is asking,
Okay. Please,
did
please,
you
please,
got
please.
did you got any legume fossils from South India?
Which what fossil?
Krishnaraj MV.
Uh, which fossil are you talking about?
Sorry, he is asking that did you got any legume fossil? Legume, I think leguminous plants.
Legume
Yeah,
fossils. No, no, no,
legume
no. We
fossil.
didn't get. No, 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 we didn't get. We didn't get.
Okay, thank you, sir. Any other queries? Participants, you can ask directly or
Okay.
type your queries
Uh,
in the chat
okay.
box.
Chat box, or if you anytime, I will encourage the students, those who are listening to this talk, to come up and see. Yeah, if you want to go ahead with the life of a scientific world, so you have to come out of Kerala, and then you have to venture different places, research institutes. You should come in contact with them, work with them. Then only you can have this. Summer course, and try to work with the scientists, then you will come to know the temperament of study of uh, research and other things. So try to get associated with the people, scientific people, so you can carry on the work. Any more question, please?
Uh, any queries? Please feel free to ask.